Hey there. Have you heard of Puma Punku? Probably not, unless you're a history buff or daredevil archaeologist. It's a mysterious site near Lake Titicaca in Bolivia. Nobody knows how its builders did it, but me. I'm gonna try to explain it. Get ready to be amazed and possibly confused, because what follows is some of the strangest stuff I've ever seen in my career. You can check out our other video for a tour of the entire site. But today, we're going to focus on just one feature, the impossible precision of the H-blocks. Puma Punku's ruins cover over 400 acres. The site's many buildings, temples, gates, terraces, and walls are spread over 1,600 steps of elevation and connected by nearly 7 miles of pathways. Now let's talk about one of the strangest things I found while researching this project. You know how mainstream news media insists we should question everything, right? Well, some Bolivian officials hate Puma Punku because they say it hurts tourism to suggest the site needs further investigation or that its origins are uncertain. And I get it. If I ran a hotel in Lake Titicaca, I'd also want people to visit my establishment, whether or not they thought it was built by aliens. But if you find something weird and are trying to figure out what it means, does that hurt anybody to say you don't know everything? I mean, saying we don't know invites follow-up questions, and that leads to more learning. People love that when it's done right. So please, Bolivian officials, take a chill pill. Okay, now let's talk about the H-blocks. In 2014, archaeologists discovered what they called an assembly instruction manual at the site. See, they found pieces that fit together in different ways and realized they might have been intentionally designed that way. After carefully examining other blocks, they found stones that formed perfect 90-degree angles, which allowed other stones to slide in above them like a sliding stone puzzle. The result? An interlocking megalithic wall, so precise it looks like it was machined with lasers. But the answer to that riddle doesn't require fancy tech. Researchers believe the walls were constructed in layers, starting with a base row of H-shaped blocks. Then, after pouring a layer of wet clay, the next layer was slid into place on top, creating a locking mechanism similar to Lego bricks. Each stone is precisely shaped so it stays locked in place with the ones below and above it. But it gets weirder. The H-blocks sometimes have holes drilled through them. Sometimes those holes are drilled all the way through the stone. Other times they stop halfway. What gives? Well, believe it or not, scientists think it's likely that these holes were used as alignment guides. You see, each hole starts as an angled drill hole, but it stops before reaching the opposite side of the stone. That would leave room for a square-edged stone to slide in above it. In other words, the holes helped keep the upper stones aligned and evenly spaced. And to make sure they stayed in place, the ancient builders placed a wedge-shaped stone behind each vertical block. Then to hold everything together, they poured molten copper into L-shaped grooves, letting it cool and harden like a giant glue stick. Once it dried, the clay mortar bound everything together so tightly that even after 1,000 years, you can't fit a razor blade between the stones. Now, if you're wondering how they drilled these holes, archaeologists have some answers. They tested ancient stone hammers, chisels, and abrasives. They ground down small stones to test the effects of different tools and techniques. Their conclusion? By using a round drill bit made of harder rock and lots of grit, they were able to bore through the diorite. It took months, maybe years, but they got the job done. They may have even used a bow drill where a weighted drill bit is spun rapidly to bore through stone. Those pesky holes aren't the only thing that makes Puma Punku so puzzling. Here's what else scientists can't explain. 1. Where did all the stones come from? They found confirmed quarries nearby, but not every stone's origin has been located. 2. How were such complex geometries planned? Were there blueprints? Did they use sophisticated measuring devices? And 3. Why build something so advanced in such a harsh environment? Puma Punku wasn't built on easy street. Lake Titicaca sits over 12,000 feet above sea level, making it one of the world's highest navigable lakes. Its waters have the same mineral content as seawater, hinting at a watery past. But life at this altitude is tough. The thinner air makes breathing hard. So why did the Tiwanaku build Puma Punku here? For that matter, why build anything here? Perhaps the truth is somewhere between aliens and New Age mythology. The answer probably lies in understanding Tiwanaku culture, economy, astronomy, geography, religion, and ecology. There's a lot to learn. I hope I've piqued your interest. I know I've scratched the surface. There's plenty more to say about Puma Punku. But if you want to know more about the Tiwanaku and their influence on the Inca, I recommend reading the book, The Inca of Peru, by Terence N. Daltroy. Thanks for watching.